Hi, and welcome to Rise and Thrive Yoga. Today I wanted to do a little prop video because props are important in our yoga practice, and a lot of beginner yogis may not have the props or know how to use them. And I want to start including props more in my videos, so I wanted to give a tutorial on what props you need and where you can get them and how we use them and why they're important. So I always say props are your friends. When I first started practicing yoga, I always thought that if I grabbed 2 blocks at the studio when I walked in to help me with my practice, that I was failing and that I didn't know what I was doing and I wasn't flexible enough, and that's why I needed blocks. But really, blocks are your friends. Props are your friends. So you get more out of the pose when you use props a lot of the time. Not necessarily all the time, but it gives you a little bit of a different accessibility to the pose. So they're great. So props are your friends. All right, so I'm going to show you a few of the props and how we use them. And then with this video, I'm going to have a link to where I purchased all of them. Most of them, if not all of them, are from Amazon. And I buy really affordable yoga props because you really don't need to spend a lot of money on a mat, blocks, blankets, or anything like that. So I like to keep it affordable and let you know the products that I actually use on a day-to-day basis and that have held up a lot of these props I've had for years. All right, so to start is a blanket. So this is a yoga blanket. I love them. They're soft, they're comfy, they're affordable, but you can also just use a folded throw blanket. The reason why I like this is it's soft but not too soft, if you know what I'm talking about. So like sometimes the fleecy blankets are just too soft. I don't know, the way this is woven, it just makes it nice and firm and nice, and I love they come in all different nice colors. All right, so how to use a blanket. One of the ways we can use the blanket is I like to fold it, and there's no really rhyme or reason to the way you fold it. I fold it and I place it on the mat. And if you have sensitive knees, in tabletop, you just place it right underneath your knees like that. And it really provides a nice cushion and can help take any pressure off your knees so that you can do the poses without being in pain, which is awesome. Another way you can use it is to put it under your hands. So if you're having some wrist sensitivity, say in tabletop or down dog, you can put it under your hands. And another way is to use it under your hips. So if you're laying flat on the ground in cobra pose, say like this, you can have it under your hips. So then your hip bones aren't digging into the mat. All right, so that's, and then also the blanket is wonderful for Shavasana, because when you're laying down in Shavasana, you can cover yourself up and get all nice and cozy and warm, and it feels awesome. All right, so the next is blocks. So these are foam blocks. I love foam blocks. They also have cork blocks, which are a lot heavier. Cork blocks are great in some instances, but I feel like foam blocks are more versatile. The cork blocks look a little more funky and fun, but these come in all different colors, so you can get whatever you like. They have in a couple different sizes. These are the wider ones, which I would say get the bigger size ones if you purchase them, because then they're just more versatile and you can use them for a lot of different things. All right, so one of the ways you can use these is for a seated forward fold. So you can bring these alongside of your feet, so that way when instead of trying to reach your toes, you don't have to reach your toes, you just hold on to the blocks. And you get the same stretch, the same pose, but without having to reach so far, and it feels amazing. Another way you can use them is to have one, put it on your mat, when you're doing child's pose, so that if you have trouble getting your forehead all the way to the mat, it feels really weird to have your forehead kind of hanging in space while you're trying to relax. It doesn't feel good. So you just put your forehead right on the edge of the block so that your eyes are free and looking towards the mat. And then you can just reach forward like that. And you can also put them behind your knees if you like, as you're resting back. That's another option. And you can actually put your blanket back there too, and this feels really good. So you're blanket back there, block here, and oh, that feels amazing. I could stay here all day. So that's another option for the blocks. And then, let's see, another way I like to use blocks is either in bridge pose, you can put it in between your knees, squeeze your knees together, and then as you lift up, it stays in the same place. So you're squeezing in with your knees, and as you lift up to bridge, so you're getting a little more inner thigh work by doing that. Another option for a restful bridge pose is to stick it underneath your lower back and then just hang out here in bridge pose. And this feels amazing. This is another one I could stay here all day long. All right, so that's another way. And then standing blocks can be awesome too. So you can, one of my favorite ways is I put them there. And then I'm gonna go into a lunge and then hold on to my blocks. So sometimes in a lunge, your hands are down here, but that can be like I feel like I'm falling forward a little too much. So I come up on my blocks and I can really press into the lunge, really press away, and it feels amazing. Way better. And then another option is, a lot of people are worried, why can't you touch the floor? You just put them here, and then in forward fold, you don't need to touch the floor. You're getting the same exact benefits of a forward fold where your hands might touch the floor, and you can put them on your blocks. And then you can play around. You can put them on the different heights too, to kind of increase your range of motion. So that's another way to use the blocks. And then last but not least for the props I have today is a strap. So these are just a nice woven strap. These are like $5. You can also use a scarf instead of a strap. So many of us might have scarves hanging around. So that's also an option. So for the strap, one way to use it, my favorite ways to use it, is when I'm in a seated forward fold, wrap the middle of the strap, put it right on the ball of your foot, and then pull back. So you're getting the same benefits as if you were reaching forward towards your toe. So if you're having some lower back discomfort and pulling forward is not comfortable, you can just sit up just like this and get that same stretch on the back of your leg. You can also use it and just kind of just choke down. So you're almost touching your toes maybe, but not, and getting that extra release on there. So that's an option. And then the supine position, I like it to put it on the ball of my foot again, and then just reach up towards the sky. Like that. So my knees bent, it could be straight, but your knees bent, and then you can even open it up to the side. So see, without the strap, I wouldn't be able to do this because I can't touch my toe all the way out there. So this gives you a little bit more range of motion and accessibility to poses, depending on your body. And they're just awesome to use. I use these a lot in my personal practice. And so those are the props. I'll make a list with links to all of them, as well as some mats that I really like. I like this mat. It's a Giant Essentials mat, and it's nice and thick. It's really nice on my wrists and my back, my knees. So I prefer a thicker mat. I also have a cork mat, and I have another travel mat. I have a lot of mats. I will link a few different ones. I do like the cork mats. They're actually pretty lightweight. If you have a rubber backing one, I have one of those. And then I have a couple other mats that I will link that I like them all. So they're all around the same price point as well. So if you have any questions about buying props, how to use props, you want to use more props, let me know and I will tell you all about it. All right.